we go. Track fam, let's welcome Aaron Kingsley Brown. How's it going, man? How's your day going?
What's good? Good. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I'm actually coming live from the track. Got to get my workout a little bit. I know you said you were training earlier this morning. How did your training go?
Oh, it was good. It was good. It's Friday, so it's the end of the week. So the bodies are all beat up. Everybody's tired, but those are the days where you got to grind through because that's what makes the champs. So another day of training in the
Right.
books. Got a weekend. So now it's time to rest up.
Thank you for taking some time out of your day, just to sit down and have a conversation with us. We got all. I know this would be a very exciting conversation, something they want to hear, But before we get into it, let me read off your bio again, man. So acknowledge everything you've accomplished, how far you've come. We see how far you're gonna go, but let's just take us to bio. You're a 3-time Olympian, 4-time Olympic medalist, 4-time world medalist. Bro, that's huge. Congratulations on that. I see you, brother.
Appreciate.
I see you. Now, most definitely. But since we're talking about it, let's talk a little bit about your track history, right? 3-time Olympian, 4-time Olympic medalist, 4-time world medalist. Where did you start? Like, the way back. Tell me your track story. How
Like a lot of people, you play other sports and then you kind of just get shoved into track because they see the potential of the speed that you got. So my story is just like that. I played all kinds of sports. I played soccer, I played basketball, I played football, and all the coaches said the same thing, like, damn, you're fast. So eventually I kind of just went out for track just to mess around and see what I could do. And I just kept going with it. And like I had people that just kept telling me where to go. They said, try out for this team or, come out to this club and keep running, get faster, go out to practice, use these blocks, learn how to do that, wear the proper uniforms, get a little training program behind you, and you never know how far you can go. And I just kept going. And it has led to me being here. I got a scholarship out of high school. I got a contract with Nike out of college, and now I'm still doing it. I've been a pro for 8 years, so I'm a deep vet in the game, and just
deep
still
vet.
hungry. Yeah, still hungry and
Deep
looking
vet.
to do more. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Right. And young, too. That's another thing. Deep vet in the game, 8 years pro, right? You had a scholarship to USC, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, man, you've done some huge things and you're still on your way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really good to hear. So sounds like you've had some good coaches along the way, kind of guiding you and keeping you on the good path, right? I know you have a good head on your shoulders. You're not into any of the mess. So having some good coaches just continue to fuel the fire and all that. That's pretty dope. Love to hear it, right? Love to
Yeah.
hear it. So would you say that's what keeps you going, or like track is a hard sport, so you can have some coaches that, tell you you can do this, you can be great, but you got to want it yourself, right? So like what exactly keeps you going?
What keeps me motivated is just my goals, man. Like, you only have a certain amount of time in the sport, so you're trying to get the most out of it. And I feel like I still have more that I can get out of it. I won medals at the Olympics. I won medals at the World Champs. I ran, sub 10, sub 20. But there's still boxes I want to check off my list. I feel like there's more to be done. And so the work doesn't finish until I get to a point where I'm satisfied. I'm like, okay, I've done all I can do in this sport. And I also just love to, inspire. I put out content on my socials because I like to inspire the next generation to come up and do similar things or even better than what I did. And I know the more that I go and the more that I accomplish, the more others will be inspired behind me. So I really just do it for the next generation and people like my son. I want to be a shining example of how you can persevere and overcome anything and kind of just, come from not really nothing, but a place where you never knew you could achieve something like I've gone on to do. Just show that anything's possible and continue to rise up. That's really my aim. That's what keeps me going every day.
That's deep, man. That's deep. I always see your content. I personally follow you, but we follow you on the page as well. You definitely have some inspiring content. I'm always commenting and you also interact with our content, our community as well. So thank you for that. But the
No
track
doubt.
world needs more content like the stuff that you're making, right? You have some
Right.
tips, some tricks, some guides, but you also have some inside view. I saw the video that you posted a couple of days ago about your, your journey to the Olympics, all that. It's an
Mhm.
inside view of things that we don't know about until we get there, and it's like a big shock. So we're literally following you, along your whole journey. That's pretty dope. And then you
Yeah.
also said like there's still some boxes that you haven't checked off, right? Some goals you still have. What are those boxes? What are you still looking to?
Oh man, I'm trying to, I've ran sub 20 and sub 10, but I'm trying to go 9.8. I'm trying to go, shout out my boy Justin Walker. I'm trying to go, 19.8, 19.7. And then individual medals. I got medals in the relay, but I'm really trying to be one of those guys that's up there amongst the best in the world in my own event. So those are boxes that I'm trying to check off, and I'm always striving to be better each year. I know there's like a lot of fast people in the world that have the same type of goals, but why not me? I put in the work just like anybody else, and I believe in my talent. So every day I'm telling myself that, and a lot of the content that I put out in track and field is really to hype myself up, because if I hold myself accountable, then I got to go out there and back it up. So, I'm trying to go out there and do some things, baby.
I love that. I love that. I can definitely see it's some stuff that it's kind of like watching you look in the mirror as you, tell yourself, keep going, you're inspiring yourself and you're documenting your journey. So that's actually pretty dope.
Yes.
And getting the inside view of your training and everything you got going on right now. What are you currently focusing on in training? What are you doing? Like, what did you do today?
Today we just did some hundreds, working on our technique, kind of technical hundreds on a Friday, just making sure that we're reinforcing the stuff that we've learned throughout the week. For me, it was really focusing on my smooth transition coming out of my drive, and then transitioning to when I'm running up and tall. So bring those knees through, making sure that I'm accelerating and continue that all the way through the line. That's a key for me. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get going and tying together that transition with my up running top end speed. But the more you practice that, the more you take it slow at practice, the more you become a master of your craft. So every day I'm trying to stay focused, and even though my body's beat up from the week and I'm all sore and mentally fatigued, you still got to go out there and put in those reps, because that's what your body remembers when it's time for you to do on the big show.
That's true. That's true. Dang. Okay. Well, how are you feeling about your technique right now? Right. Your drive phase. You say coming smooth out of the drive phase as well. How are you feeling about your technique as the season is approaching for you and everything?
Man, I feel good. I feel strong. I've been talking to my coach a lot. We're viewing film and working with my training partners. I have great training partners, so they always push me and keep me honest, because I know if not on point, they're gonna bust my head open. So I gotta stay frosty and make sure that I'm on point. But I feel good about my technique. We're working on the small things, and because I've been in the game so long, I kind of get the little things down, and it's just making small tweaks from here.
Right.
That high level training stuff that's really hard to get understood. That's the things that I'm trying to go for, because I know I need every little bit of that in order to compete with the best in the world. So, I'm trying to do that high level training, and, it's year 8. So if I don't get it now, when am I going to get it? Right. So why not this year?
Right. Why not this year? That's true. Okay. With the high level training, how is your training group? How confident are you guys with this coming season? Are we breaking records? Like, what's going on? How?
Man, we're coming with heat. I don't know. I'm not going to say exactly what is going to be done, but I'm just knowing that everyone's going to come correct, because we've been grinding in the lab. We got a really strong core of guys and girls in the group. We got people like Isaiah Young, Kyrie King, Jerome Blake, Kenny Bednarik on the guys' side, and then Muhammad Fall. And then on the girls' side, we got Sha'Carri Richardson, Javian Oliver, Courtney Johnson, Kaylin Whitney, Kyra Jefferson, Maya Johnson. I'm McCoy, sorry. Yeah, we got a lot of people, man. We got a lot of fire and talented people that are gonna come and shock the world. So we're a tight knit group. Everybody, we rock with each other. We're out there vibing every day at practice, pushing each other to be the best that we can be. And I just feel like when we open it up, we're gonna show some people what we can do, and we're gonna try and take that all the way throughout the year.
That's deep. God, definitely a deep squad there. That's a dangerous team you got. Y'all might be able to put some relays together and like challenge some other squads out there. That's
Yep, yep.
wow.
And
That's
Terry,
really
I
good
forgot
to
TT.
hear.
My bad. I knew I was missing something.
Oh man, she's a monster on the
Yeah.
track too.
How could I
So
forget?
yeah,
Trojan sister.
yeah. How could you forget that? Nah, but dang, I love to hear triathletes coming together, training together. Making a family, continuing to push each other. Because it seems like the generation before us was almost like enemies, like they really didn't like each other. Now, when we step on the track, it is still conversation, but it is good to have somebody in training that's has their best interest in mind. They're not going to let you slack off, take off, stuff like that. So it
Mhm.
continues to help everybody push for more, makes you want to come back and, do more. So what would you say is your favorite track workout, right? You talked about what you're working on right now, but what's something to practice you absolutely love? You just feel your best, you feel that.
I think I'd say probably 120s. 120s or 150s. Just anything coming off the curve when you can really high knee it off and tie in that whip off the curve and
The
then just
slingshot,
carry it
yeah.
home. Yeah, that slingshot. Yeah, that's when you feel like you're popping and you're rolling. So anything where you get like a nice little shot off the curve, I love those.
You love that fast work. You love to feel fast.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What's your favorite weightlifting exercise? Like, in the weight room, resistance training.
hmm Uh, man, I would say probably the dry phase machine. When you put the weights on your shoulders and you kind of push up,
Oh
and
yeah, okay.
yeah, it's simulating like a dry phase. So I feel like I'm really in the blocks when I have that on my shoulders, and I'm like, okay, let's make sure I'm driving all the way through, getting that power. I feel myself getting stronger, and every time I get back in the blocks, I think about all the reps that I did with the dry phase machine.
Gosh, love that machine myself. That's the stuff that really makes you feel like it's gonna translate over the track and field. It feels like I'm doing what I do
Yeah,
when I run. I love that type of stuff too.
that.
I get you. I get you. Now, after a hard day of practice, whether it's weight room, running, whatever it is, what is your favorite post workout meal, your go to meal?
Uh, man, I like Panera bread. They got a good selection of like healthy food that will get you right. It tastes good, but it's also good for you. Like their flatbreads are good. They got some good sandwiches, some good salads and stuff like that. I like Chipotle after a run. So a good, nice little chicken bowl or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
what would you get on the chicken bowl from Chipotle? You getting the white rice, brown rice?
oh, I
What you
get
doing?
brown rice for sure, black beans. I'll do cheese. I'll do lettuce, tomatoes, avocado, a little bit of sour cream, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's money right there.
Yeah, I love me some Chipotle. You kind of making me hungry. I'm gonna have some Chipotle after my workout today. Okay.
Yep, yep,
Nah,
yep.
but
Get you right.
I love nowadays. It's a lot easier for us to grab some fast food that's still healthy, like you said. And people sleep on Panera Bread. A lot of their food is quality food.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I am working at a Panera Bread on my laptop, and I'm eating some of their meals too.
Yes, sir.
Now, we talked about everything on the track. Let's get into some stuff off the track.
Okay.
What is your long-term plan? Like after track, when you're done running, you got to hang the spikes up, right? Because it all comes to an end. You might still be working out, still be running in your leisure time, but we can't obviously compete forever. So
Yeah.
what's your long-term plan off the track?
I mean, I work on that every day, and even the little stuff I do with my social media or the people I network with in the off season or even during the season online and stuff like that. I try to set stuff up so that I can seamlessly transition when I'm done running because I never know when that's going to happen. I'm going to keep running until, I can't make any money off of it and I'm not able to sustain myself, but I'm trying to set myself up every day with little things that I do. And it's hard to kind of say what it is, because it's really just being an entrepreneur and just like having a bunch of different streams of income that allow me to sustain myself. Um, so, you know, like you can make money off of your brand and stuff that you do on YouTube, stuff that you do on Instagram, stuff that you can do offline, like making courses and stuff like that, teaching people how to, you know, be professional athletes, and just there's a whole bunch of different ways that people can make a career now with the way that the internet is in 2022 and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to put some stuff in motion so that by the time I get to that point, hopefully it's, you know, a few years away, and I'm not approaching that yet. But by the time I get there, it's nice and set up for me. I also do some real estate investing. So I have those, and I'll build that portfolio up so that can help sustain me as well. And then, you know, I might dabble in some other things, like some maybe some TV stuff, broadcasting and stuff like that, make some guest appearances, maybe do like an Olympics or two. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, just kind of, I got to see how my career turns out and how high I'm able to go, and that'll kind of dictate what I'm able to do after track.
Nah, I love to hear that. We're at a point now where you can actually take your career into your own hands. Like Kanye says, tell your own narrative, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the way you're going about making your videos, documenting your own journey. There's a lot of people that have ran track, didn't win anything, but ran some fast times, great people, own businesses, but the world doesn't really know because, you know, they're not the Usain Bolts and, you know,
Right.
stuff like that. But now we're at a point where you can actually build your own personal brand, document your journey, like all the things that you have accomplished. Like you've accomplished some major things even while you were young in the game, you know? So even going back and showing old school footage, working it in, you really get to tell your story, inspire the next generation. It's something that you're also leaving for your son, you know? So he's going to be able to go back to your YouTube channel, you know, like
Right.
he's going to be able to go, okay, my dad was here. He's setting standards for him as well. Right. So,
Right.
and
Right.
the way that you're motivating people, you're already commentating, you're already going to be able to make some guest appearances on shows, other podcasts, stuff
Yeah.
like that. You might be able to make your own too. So
Right. Right. Right.
I love the way that we can take it now, and I definitely see how far you can take your personal brand. So keep going, brother. I'm definitely here to support you as well. With
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Trackletics and personally as well. I follow
No doubt.
your career personally too. So now, last question, right? Before we sum this, what's
Okay.
something that you would tell yourself back when you were a high school freshman? Something that really changed the game for you, right? Something
Mm-hmm.
that you might have really needed to hear. If you could really give yourself a talk, what would you say to yourself?
I'll tell myself you don't have to have it all figured out. You know, I used to stress when I was younger about what I was gonna be and how it all turned out. But honestly, as long as you apply yourself and you have a plan for tomorrow, and you have people around you that are, you know, positive and uplifting you and motivating you to be better, you'll find your path along the way. And you don't have to stress that at an early age, because it changes all the time. Like you might not know exactly what you want to be or what you're going to turn out to be, but you'll find your way as long as you stay committed to what you're doing in the moment. Find things that you're passionate about and just continue to pursue that. You know, put the right people in place that'll help you get there. Because you know, everybody has their own opinions on what you should do, and people will tell you all kinds of stuff, and they might say like, oh, this person is doing such and such, you should be like them. And you know, on social media and stuff, you can get caught up with comparing yourself with everybody else, especially today. But you know, everybody has their own path, and you'll figure it out on the way. Just you know, have fun, be passionate about something, and chase that, and don't set limits on yourself. If it doesn't work out, find out how you can make it work. And you know, there's always different ways to get to a destination, so you don't have to, if one door closes, just give up on that dream. You find another door that you can go through, and that might take you on a path to something that you didn't even know you were passionate about, that you liked. You know, as long as you
Ooh,
just keep trying stuff, you'll get to some sort of destination in the end. So don't give up and don't be stressing so early at a young age, because you can figure this thing out, man. There's many ways to play this game of life.
Right. Bars. Bars. Real. Couldn't have said it any better myself. No better way to end it off. Mic drop on that. Let me take another second to say thank you again, brother, for having this conversation with us, taking some time out of your day, sitting down. We really appreciate it. I feel like I asked some deep questions. You know, I kind of got to know you a little bit. Your fans got to know you a little bit more as well. But good luck this season. I'm wishing you a healthy season with plenty PRs, plenty records. And I'm definitely going to be following your journey, man. Good luck this
Appreciate that,
season.
man.
Appreciate you.
Hey, I want to say I love what you do too. You know, like you said, we need more track content. So I love all the big pages. I try to support as many as I can, and you know, keep doing what you're doing as well, because it's helpful for the sport. If we're going to keep this thing going, we need more people passionate about track and field who talk about it, and you know, let people know about track culture, because it's a dope culture, but not a lot of people, you know about it, because we're not like the big sports like basketball and football and stuff. But I appreciate you too. Just want to throw that out there, and thanks for having me on, man.
Thanks, brother. Thanks. I appreciate that. You have a great day.